This video is a presentation of Platinum Group Metals Limited. Platinum Group trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange under ticker PTM. You can see a real nice climb for PTM going back to last July. Stock was sitting around 90 cents. Slowly and steadily made higher lows, including a peak in December at $1.49. The upward trend is failing a little bit because even though it's making the higher lows, it stopped making higher highs in January. Although this recent run of green days is worth keeping this chart on radar going forward to see if it's going to continue to rise and take out some resistance at $1.43 and then potentially challenge those old highs. The MACD is still actually in a bullish position, holding over top of zero. That's a level we definitely will want to see hold. The slow stow is back on the rise, showing that some momentum is building in the chart, with readings up near 80 now at this point. Money flow index is starting to climb. We definitely want to see that back over top of 50. It's a much more bullish sign to see people are paying higher prices for the stock. You can see right through here, the last time it made an upward move off the bottom and broke back through 50. Stock price had a nice appreciation that followed. So that's something we'll be paying attention to now to see if the MFI is going to climb back to the upper half of the indicator. Relative strength index registering a 57. That 50 mark is kind of a benchmark point between bullishness and bearishness in the momentum. Readings above 50 indicate bullishness. We can also see that the momentum is building as the stock price has been climbing. So holding over top of 50 again is a key point that we will definitely want to see stay intact. We'll go ahead and draw this trend line on here. It's a nice look to the chart. Really shows the higher lows that are being created. And what I'd be looking at from a support point is right through this $1.30 area. Just a hair below, maybe even as low as this old point right here at $1.25. But you can see that that was a pretty substantial resistance point late in 2013. And it was serving as some resistance again early this year and now kind of holding as support. So I'd really have my eyes set on that area, especially because of the fact that the 50-day moving average is right there as well at $1.28. The chart's always more bullish when it's holding above the 50-day, so I think that's going to be a key point. If that spot did fail, it's quite possible a stock's going to come back down to this next level of support, down around $1.11. So that's a pretty hefty drop from where it is currently. So this first level of support is going to be pretty important to this chart in my opinion. Now to the upside. Most people would consider this the secondary resistance, right there at $1.43, with the primary resistance at the old high at $1.49. But I think if we see an increase in volume and this $1.43 mark falls, the odds are pretty strong that the momentum is going to kick it into gear and it's going to take out this top and go through and continue this pattern of higher highs and higher lows, leaving it a pretty substantial upside if these resistance levels can fall. Of course, it always starts with a look to the downside. This support must stay intact, but the indicators are definitely leaning towards bullishness regarding trend and momentum, so we'll be looking for even more volume and for the stock price to try and push and see how it reacts to a resistance point at $1.43. Nice looking channel, nice uptrend, decent volume in it at 350,000 shares traded on Thursday. Certainly has the capability to trade more than 1 million shares in one day, so liquidity should not really be too much of an issue with this chart. And those are the type of things that we'll be looking for in the chart of Platinum Group Metals. But as always, merely my interpretation. I'm not a financial consultant. Strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpennystocks.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure, and do not base any investment decisions upon any material found on the website and/or its video chart. No person employed by All Penny Stocks is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.